Hello, and welcome back to Level Up Lessons for Microsoft Excel. Today, we will be reviewing Video 2 on laying a strong foundation. Always remember, the foundation is the primary building block to success. Please be sure to view both videos before moving into the actual lessons. In addition, do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions or need further clarification. And with that being said, let's dive into part 2. Today we'll be reviewing the tools located at the bottom half of the diagram on your screen. These items make up the tools responsible for the layout and is the cornerstone of this lesson. Although we will need to cover less ground than video 1, these tools are equally important. Today's agenda will cover the spreadsheet overview, the workbook overview, the status bar, and page view options. The spreadsheet has unlimited use. General uses of Excel include cell-based calculations, pivot tables, and various graphing tools. For instance, with a spreadsheet, you can create a monthly budget, track business expenses, or sort and organize large amounts of data. Each spreadsheet, regardless of use, is made up of content stored in individual cells. The next slide will discuss the makeup of the spreadsheet, the columns and rows, and the individual cell address. The spreadsheet is made up of a series of columns and rows. Each column is identified by the column header, which runs the top of the spreadsheet. Columns ranges from A to XFD and totals 16,384 columns. Each row is identified by the row label, which runs the side of the spreadsheet. Excel can contain over 104,000 rows. Columns and rows intersect to make up a cell which is identified by the cell address. Data and content is stored within the cell and can range from general text to high-level formulas. We will dive deeper into this in a later video. Next, we will review the workbook. The workbook is made up of one or multiple spreadsheets and is used to help organize your data. This section will cover the workbook and the supporting tools. We will cover the active spreadsheet, the workbook tabs, the scrolling bars, as well as the zooming options. Excel defaults to 3 sheets, but more can be added by clicking the Insert button. The active sheet is identified by its highlighted tab. You can change the color of a tab to the color of your choice. I'm going to change sheet 2 to blue. I will do this by selecting the tab. I will right-click and go to tab color. Next, I will select blue. And that's simply it. See, I have changed the color. I'm going to do the same with sheet 3, but this time I'm going to select orange. So let's select the tab. We're going to right click, go tab color, and now we'll select orange. I can also change the title of a tab. I'm going to go ahead and change the title of sheet 3 to read the word Udemy. I will double click on the tab. Next, I will just simply type the word Udemy and hit enter. As you can see, my title is now Udemy. The vertical and horizontal scroll bars can be used to help navigate the spreadsheet. This is beneficial if you have a large amount of data. Simply left-click and hold the scroll bar to control the movement. The zoom feature can also be used. This can be used to increase or decrease the size of the spreadsheet. Simply click the plus or minus size to adjust the size that you would like to see. Further down is the status bar. The next session will cover this feature. Okay, so we are more than halfway through the video and you are doing great. We have completed the spreadsheet overview as well as the workbook overview. The next section will cover the status bar. The status bar is located at the bottom of Excel and displays the status on the options that are selected to appear on the status bar. By default, the status bar displays the average,
count, and sum of the selected cells. You can customize and tweak it to show the type of information you would like to see. We will review the status bar and some of its features in the next slide. As stated earlier, the default items for the status bar include the average, count, and sum. I will demonstrate this by selecting a few items. Now let's take a look at my status bar. As you can see, the average is 160.13. The count is the number of items that I have selected, and the sum is 1281. In the last section, we'll review the zoom in feature. This item is displayed because I have it selected in my status bar settings. Let's go ahead and make a few adjustments. I'm going to take out the zoom in feature, but I will add the all caps feature. Let's go down to the lower bar and right click to reveal the status bar. Let's scroll down to slider and uncheck it. And let's go up to lock caps and check that to turn that on. As you can see, my slider bar has now disappeared. And when I lock my caps, I receive a notification on the status bar. Next, I'm going to add the minimum and maximum and select the same items from earlier. As you can see, the status bar now gives me the minimum and the max in addition to the information that it displayed earlier. Okay, so that wraps up my demonstration for the status bar. We will review the last item, which is the page view options, before we wrap up the video.
Okay, so you have made great progress today and we are coming in for the home stretch. We have reviewed the spreadsheet overview, the workbook overview, and the status bar. This next section will cover the general overview of the page view options, and then we will be ready to wrap up the video.
The page view options are displayed by 3 icons on the right side of the status bar. The options are also accessible through the view tabs on the ribbon. The page view options include normal, page layout, and page break preview.
As stated, the page view options is located on your status bar and identified by the 3 buttons in the lower right corner. Using the event planner template, I'm going to open the page layout option. This layout divides my pages and gives me a look at what my page will look like in print preview. I can continue to work in this mode if I choose to. I can also add a header and footer directly while in this mode. What stands out for me is that my page is actually separated. What I need to do now is view the page break and make a correction. The page break allows the user to view and adjust the breaks prior to printing. For instance, I need to drag the page break over so my work is not separated. As you can see, now when I make my adjustment, my work fits to one page width. To return to normal view, just simply click the icon located on your status bar. This gives you a general overview of the page view options and concludes this session.
Congrats! You have completed video 2 of laying a strong foundation. You are now ready to proceed to the next video. I look forward to working with you, and please do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions or need further clarification.